As you can see here, I'm trying to figure out what's the best kind of circular thing I have just to cut something out so that it will fit within the muffin tray and give you some sort of sides, a base and some sides, right? Because that's what a pie is. So as you can see, I have cracked the Enigma cipher, and I figured out that a girly coffee cup will do the job. Actually, no, I figured out that wouldn't do the job. I'm using some sort of ramekin. Anyway. Okay, so that's the bottoms done. Now I'm breaking out it's a Kenwood Titanium Chef food processing attachment. There's about 300 grams of mushrooms. I just take the base off, and then I just throw the heads into the food processor. Remembering to put the blade in before I load it up, I just whiz it around until the mushrooms are broken down into small pieces. I'm not looking to see individual pieces of mushroom in my pie. I think I did the same here with a few brown onions. Give them a whiz. You don't need to clean out the machine. Just throw them in, give it a whiz. And once that's satisfactorily turned into small pieces of onion, throw it into the pan. There you go. So there we have a mushroom and onion mixture. And now I'm going to throw in one beef stock pot. This is important. It gives it a lovely flavour. Mush it in there. And then just cook it, brown it off. Now it doesn't look appealing, but it adds a lot of flavour. Mushrooms and stock and onion, brilliant flavours. Here you can see I've thrown in about 300 grams of beef. I'm going to throw a second one in now in a moment. Here's number 2. I think this is a fairly low fat beef actually. I think it's like 7%. It was on sale. So I just grabbed a couple. Throw in a bit of salt. This is you cooking. I need to refill that grinder. And add some ground black pepper. And then this is concentrated tomato paste. You can throw in that much, or you can throw in a little bit more. It really does help with flavor. Mix it in, cook it up. Bob is your uncle. Okay, so now we're putting in some Lee & Perrins. Do not use the alternative Heinz product, it is inferior. Only use the original Lee & Perrins. As you can see, I've just about run out. So now I'm putting in, I think it's about 3 tablespoons of general purpose flour. This is good because if you let it cook up a little bit, it will thicken the filling of the pie. As you can see now, this has gotten a little bit too dry, so I'm putting in some water. You do want a little bit of kind of gravy, so to speak. Now, I know this looks deeply unpleasant, something a cat may have produced if you have a big cat, but that's actually the mushroom and onion mixture. Kind of similar to that big beefy dish where you wrap it in mushrooms. So there you go. Bit more salt to taste. Alright, that's you cooking. And now you just take a tablespoon, start loading up your pie bases. Now because I did the pie first, these things have actually, in the heat, it's about 28 degrees in the oven, maybe 30 degrees in the kitchen, they've actually kind of settled into the appropriate shape, so it's quite easy to fill them. Once you do that, now you need to get out your puff pastry. Yeah, it's puff pastry, right? It's got lots of little layers separated by butter. There we go. Here's one little kind of hat for a pie. We should have a good fit. Yeah, good enough, right? Then you just knock out the rest of them, one after the other, real quick. You don't need to make a big deal out of this. Alright, this is fairly simple food. And thankfully I've edited out all the boring bits. I know some of you might say this entire video is boring, but I don't really care. Alright, what's next? Egg wash? Oh no, okay. So this is where the child is in here now, and she is trying to seal up those pies, and I think she did a brilliant job. Now, I think we ran out of eggs, so I used cream, which disappointingly left some stains on my silicone mold, which I wasn't too impressed about. Here you go. Is that melted butter? I don't know. Can't tell. Don't care. You can use cream, you can use butter, you can use egg white on these pies, and you'll get a delicious brown crust. A shiny kind of brown crust. And now I'm just sprinkling on some sesame seeds. They are for visual appeal, visual interest. Don't put on too many like I did accidentally, because they do actually impart a flavour, which I don't really like. Now I'm just giving these things a little bit of a poke, because even though this meat is being cooked, it will produce steam, and I don't want everything squeezing out, so let the steam out. So after about 20 minutes at 200 Celsius in the middle of the oven, they look beautiful. At the end of the video. Alright, don't forget to subscribe. Cheers. Share it, you know, all that kind of crack. Bye.